I realized during dinner that what I thought I had worked through was still hanging out, because that's all I could remember of the process, was the feeling of hopelessness.
It may need to be purified out. Do you want to come here for a second, Yossi?
Okay.
Sometimes the hopelessness, whatever the thing is, it winds its way down and purifies itself out so that it's on its way out, but it's still here.
During the process, I was stuck in hopelessness. The process was focusing around not having a choice. If you don't have a choice, and all choice was taken from you, how would you feel? And it started off with rage, but dropped into hopelessness. And I don't remember now what I found or fell into after hopelessness, because I recognize I'm still stuck in hopelessness. It's a hopelessness filled with rage. I can find things to direct it at: the universe, God, myself.
Or you could just open into it.
I don't know how to do that. Or
Close your eyes.
I walked into that one.
So, I'm really going to ask for all this hopelessness. And you'll see, what if the real case was that there was no way to get out of this hopelessness? This is the way it was going to be through all eternity. What if you couldn't get out of this hopelessness? And this was all that existed. Then what? What arises here?
A stronger sense of hopelessness.
A stronger sense of hopelessness.
Or what's the point?
And what if you couldn't use that "what's the point" as an escape? Because that's a cop-out.
Okay.
That's a cop-out. But what if you couldn't use that? You had to really feel what it is to really feel this hopelessness. What's here when there's no way to get out of this hopelessness? You can't even say what's the point, because that's a way of getting out of it.
I feel trapped.
You feel trapped. And what if that were the truth? What if there was no way to get out of this trappedness? What is really felt when you allow all this feeling of trappedness?
Anger, hate, anger, rage.
Okay, and so what if there were no way to avoid this rage? What if you had to just allow all the rage to have all of you, and not just this rage, but whatever's been with you, Yossi? What happens when all rage is welcome? What if this rage were just to come and get you?
It makes me feel mean, angry.
And so what if this mean angriness is here?
I just don't understand it. I'm trying to not let my mind talk, but
You're trying to even control that.
I guess so. I want to rip away and get past this because I don't.
What if there were no way to get past this? This is what I'm saying. What if all of your ability to rip away at this were taken away? And what if this were the way that all of existence was going to be?
Then I want to die.
And what if death is that option's taken away from you?
Then I just suffer.
What if you just opened into really letting all of your escape routes, and even the talking about it by talking about the suffering, instead of just letting what's really here? What if you opened into what it would be like to not be able to get out of this and really let all the rage come?
I feel nauseous.
Nauseousness is welcome. I'm happy to get someone to get a bucket if that's what's needed. What if there were no way to avoid this rage? And all this nauseousness is coming, and all the power of that rage is here. And you just have to sit in it and let it have its way with you. Just letting the energy, the power of that coming up through the body. So you're doing great here. There's been a lot of repression of this. So just allowing whatever's here, whatever small amount or big amount, whatever this energy is, you're doing great.
I'm trying. All I can say, if this is all I am, if all this is rage and I have no escape,
Yes. Then what would
then
happen?
I'm rage.
Right. What if that were the case? And you
Then-
ceased fighting it, trying to change it, fix it, explain it, make it go away. You ceased all those games. And you just gave in and let rage have you.
Then it's no longer rage.
What happens?
Then it just is. Then that's me.
What if that were the truth? Well, keep your eyes closed. What
Well,
if,
then I don't feel rage anymore.
what's here?
Acceptance.
Acceptance. What if you were to let go into this acceptance? And what's here in the heart of acceptance? What is here in the heart of acceptance? You speak the absolute truth.
Life.
Life. It's life. Take a nice deep breath in, you'll see. And letting it out. And opening the eyes. So you're one of these people, from my experience, that obviously there's been a big avoidance and a lot of strategies. You use your mind to get out of rage. You explain your way out of it. You drop into, I don't care what's the point, to get away from it. You've got a lot of strategies to move out of rage. But when you open into rage, at least mentally, it's recognized actually as just energy, and in that is acceptance and life. Now this is what I would call really just you're giving yourself a toe dip into rage. Now the truth is the redness started coming up, and it came through and came into your ears. But my experience of you is that the faucet was turned on a tiny little drip, and that the possibility is for you to really open into it. But you may be one of these people that needs to take a toe dip and then go ankle deep and then knee deep and then go waist deep, and then you go for the full plunge. But there's a way in which your nervous system is learning, because you have a lot of strategies. There's a lot of 9ish strategy here to mute out the rage and go up to your mind to avoid it. Okay? And so you may be going through a learning process. Like some people, they will open into the rage and it'll obliterate them. It'll absolutely be like this atom bomb going off on the inside. And other people, they'll test the waters. And that's what you're doing right now. You're testing the waters. Okay. And you know what? This is perfectly fine.
Okay.
Test the waters. Let it happen in the way that is natural for you. I know Cliff is like that. When he processes, he has all the years that he's been with the journey, for the last 13 years, I watched him where he has to take it one step at a time until his body trusts, his mind trusts, his heart trusts. And then he goes to the next little step. Body trusts, mind trusts, heart trusts. Next little step. And you're like that. Okay. There's no right or wrong way. There's just however is natural to your system. So I'd like you to give yourself a break and just let it happen. What's not hanging out here is hopelessness.
Okay.
That's clear.
That's true. Right, that's gone.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, take a look. Let them see. Just this little amount. Look at his eyes. It's beautiful. Actually, no, I want them to see your eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. I touched you. Okay, I don't know if you're one of the religious ones. I'm not allowed to touch you.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Sorry. So if you look at his eyes, though, they were clouded. They were fogged over. You know, nines. You know how they put a cotton wool. When he first came up here, there was like a cotton haze. Did any of you see this before? Raise your hand if you saw this before. There was a haze. And right now you're seeing the light just from a little tiny glimpse, a taste of rage. That was a taste, okay? That was... And look at how happy it makes you.
It's a little scary, really.
Yeah, it was a taste, and you passed the test. And so your body now has learned it can trust and open a little more the next time, and trust and open a little more the next time. So you play it your way. Play it your way. You're not in charge of the results.
No.
What you are in charge of is opening and speaking the truth.
True. Okay, I accept that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's beautiful to see you so radiant.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Am I not supposed to go?
You can go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Was I supposed to stay?
You can stay, you can go, you can play. We'll give satsang together. Who else?
Well, it's already have the lights on me, you know? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? I was scared,
And you did
and now I'm
beautiful.
not.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's very true. It's the clarity that's here, you can really see it. That's what a little bit of rage will do for you. Just think what a big amount of rage will do for you. It's amazing!
I'll work on it.
Okay, next time, ankle deep.
Deal.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I love it. I love it that, you know, we're all these human beings in this room, and each of us find our way to truth differently. And it's beautiful for satsang because you can see how to work with someone according to their strategy, in the way that their body and their ego and their being works, you know, and not to have to force some formula onto the process. There is no formula. There's no right way to freedom. The only way is whatever's showing up. That's it. And so that's why I love satsang is so important at the end of the day. Because we get to see, okay, I had my version, but then now I get to see everyone else's. Yeah? It's beautiful. Yes. Harold.
Ja, ich dachte mir immer, ich habe Probleme, in den Prozess zu kommen. Und wie ich jetzt gehört habe vom, wie spricht man das aus?
Yossi.
Jose.
So he thought that he had problems with process, and then when Yossi got up,
Ich dachte mir, wie man so sagt auf gut Deutsch, eine harte Nuss.
bitte?
Eine harte Nuss.
That he felt that he was a hard nut.
Ja.
Yeah, you know, a hard nut to crack.
Und
Yeah, we have this expression in English too.
Und jetzt habe ich gesehen, dass ich auf dem besten Weg bin und mit mir zufrieden sein kann.
Wunderbar, dass du das gelernt hast.
Weil ich habe so hohe Ansprüche gehabt, dass ich mir gedacht habe, im ersten Intensiv war das für mich richtig
Sehr
down.
schwierig. Yeah.
Weil es halt nicht
Ich muss übersetzen. Okay, so what he was saying is, you know, he thought for him that it was very difficult, and now he's actually seeing it's his way, and he's actually contented with that. But at the very first journey intensive,
Im ersten Intensiv war ich so enttäuscht, weil es hat geheißen 99,9% und nachdem ich ein Kopftyp bin,
yeah.
ich bin da
So
nicht...
he was very, very disappointed with himself because he only did like 10% at the very first journey intensive. Yeah.
Und dann habe ich immer überlegt, ja, jetzt höre ich auf, jetzt mache ich weiter, jetzt laufe ich davon. Und jetzt habe
Then he
ich...
thought, well, I'm just going to give this up. I'm going to stop doing this. Yeah.
Und jetzt habe ich gesehen, heute habe ich einen ganz tollen Prozess gehabt. Und da habe ich gesehen, es war für mich ein schöner Prozess. Nur die Probleme, die ich habe, sind im Gegensatz zu der Frau, mit der ich diesen Prozess hatte, für mich keine Probleme.
Yeah. So what he was saying, he had a fabulous process, a really absolutely great process today. And for himself, he felt wonderful with it. And the only problem he had was with the woman he was processing with. And
Das war wirklich schwere Sachen, sage ich mal,
Ja.
für mich. Das zu hören, das war für mich...
so it's very difficult for him to hear what his partner was going through. For him to hear what his partner was going through, yeah.
Und was für mich sehr schön war, wie der Partner mit mir mitgefühlt hat,
Ja.
Das war so stark. Ich kenne mein ganzes Leben nur die Gefühle im Kern und außen rundherum ist das Gefängnis.
So he said it was such an amazing thing to really feel the compassion, to feel with his partner. And his whole life long, he's felt nothing but danger, here inside, in the core of him. Danger in feeling with someone else. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ja.
Und,
What a beautiful, das ist ja wirklich, wirklich toll, dass du mitgefühlt hast, obwohl du früher nur Gefängnis gefühlt hast.
richtig, das war immer eingesperrt, dieses Gefühl, nur ich habe immer gewusst, da ist etwas drinnen, das will raus.
Ach, und was war drinnen, was du gefunden hast? Hast du etwas gefunden?
Ja, das ist das Gefühl zeigen zu können und auch annehmen zu können.
Oh, das ist wunderbar. So he was always afraid there was something there. And that he found that he could just be and that he could take on and feel with someone else.
Ich habe mich immer versteckt, praktisch,
And he always hid himself away.
wenn es zum Gefühlen gekommen ist oder sich zu öffnen.
Yeah, and so always hid himself away when it came to feeling or to opening. Ja, so es hört an, wie du ein Sex bist. Also nicht, dass du ein Sex bist, aber du hast dieses strategies. How do you say that in German?
Strategie.
Strategie. Sex. So you have 6 strategies. So what he's talking about here is a typical 6 pattern where there's danger in opening up and feeling with someone. And yet what he was able to do today is not only to have a beautiful process of his own, where he learned 6 styles, 6 learn in stages. One process, go a little bit deeper, next one, a little bit deeper, next one, a little bit deeper, next one. And all the time the mind can watch to make sure that they're safe, that there's no danger. Today something happened where he had a really terrific process. And the most difficult part was feeling when his partner was going through what she was feeling. Because inside of him, he always had this feeling that there was danger if I feel with someone. And today, somehow you were able to open with your partner and feel with his partner, which is what he's always longed. But that's a 6 strategy. They usually put a little wall up so that they can keep themselves hidden, like you're saying, versteckt, from danger. So it's beautiful to have discovered this, because you can have a strategy from a 3, a 6, and a 9, all happening in the same process. Okay? Because remember how we do all the different strategies, So,
Perfekte Strategies.
yeah. Yeah. I
Und
think.
das ist, ich habe schon viel ausprobiert und habe mich immer interessiert, was ist der Sinn des Lebens.
Yeah.
Und das schon über 20 Jahre. Und
So he's
jetzt,
always tried lots of different things, just trying it out. He always had this, like me, a great desire, a thirst to figure out what this life is, what the nature of life is.
und das ist jetzt die erste Methode, die wirklich bei mir wirkt.
It's the first time there's been a method that actually works by him. Du kannst ja nicht wissen, wie oft ich das höre. You can't imagine how often I hear this. That is the first method that's actually worked for him. Danke, Harold.
Okay.
Und danke, dass du so authentisch bist. Und so wahr. Und so offen.
Das fühlt sich sehr gut an.
Ja, und es schaut gut an auch. It feels beautiful and it looks beautiful. For this openness that's here.